Hey guys, this is Bruce, and the purpose of this video is to provide a guide up Granite Peak in the Beartooth Wilderness of Montana. First of all, we need to talk about the road up there, and if you take an I road to the West Rosebud road, there's going to be about 50 minutes of dirt trail along the West Rosebud road, and the road is in moderately good condition. You will hit some washboard, but we did it in a minivan and only got shaken around a little bit. If you want a link to the location of Mystic Trailhead, I'll have that linked in the video description. Once you get to the Mystic Lake Trailhead, there will be a private road that you have to walk down for about 2 to 3 minutes before you reach the actual trailhead. It's pretty obvious, so don't let it throw you off. Now for the hike itself. We did the hike on August 24th of 2018. We left the trailhead, Mystic Lake Trailhead, at about 3:30 a.m. and the whole hike car to car took us about 16 and a half hours. We didn't use ropes or helmets or anything like that, so we were traveling really light, but the round trip was about 28 and a half miles. To Mystic Lake is about 3 miles, and then you ascend the switchbacks from hell and actually go up to Froze to Death Plateau. And at that point, you've gone about around 6.5 miles and climbed 3,500 feet.
Alright, hey, what's up guys? It's about 6 in the morning. We're just coming up on Froze to Death Plateau. We've ascended quite a ways, probably almost 3,500 feet. And gone about 6 miles so far. We're about to get on top of this plateau and see what Froze to Death Plateau looks like.
The plateau starts at 10,000 feet and ends almost at 12,000 feet, and the plateau is about 5 miles long. On the plateau, there will be huge mounds of rock that you'll be tempted to climb to see where you are. My advice is that you stick to a contour line so you're not gaining and losing elevation needlessly. You can check the route that we took across the plateau on my website. There's even a link to download the GPX file if you want to follow that across. How you go across the plateau will kind of set the mood for how much energy you have when you go to hike the peak itself. The good news is that there is water from snow runoff and even some springs in the rocks almost all the way across the plateau.
Alright, still plugging away at this plateau. Along the entire plateau there are these little snow mills. You can get water at the bottom of the snow mills. And that just keeps going on the plateau, so hypothetically you should be able to get water the entire way.
As you make your way across the plateau, eventually you see your first views of Granite Peak. Once you cross Froze to Death Plateau, you should be at the base of Tempest Mountain.
I never thought I'd see this in the flesh, man.
From then, you have to descend about 1,000 feet to the bivouac sack.
Right now we're at the bivouac sack. We're going to take a 15-minute break. We just descended off of Tempest Mountain, and that is the rest of the climb. So, I'm going to fuel up, drink some water, make sure that we're in the right state of mind for the next phase of the hike. Heck yeah.
From then, you can start your final ascent up to the snow bridge.
Hey guys, we're approaching the snow bridge. So the final ascent here right after we cross the snow bridge becomes a little more technical, a little more steep. Look at that face, man. That's going to be awesome. No storms inbound. We're good to go.
The snow bridge at different times of year can be different levels of difficulty, so come prepared. Once you get off the snow bridge, ascend up to the left as seen here. After the snow bridge, the crux of the entire mountain is a ledge that sticks out about 5 inches against a rock face. Once you cross the crux, the rest is just a scramble to the top.
This is the crux of the entire thing. You have a ledge, you gotta step over. There's someone else climbing right now. Stop on that ledge right there. This will be for something. There he goes. He freaking did it.
Once you've passed the crooks of the mountain, traverse over to the left where you'll find a chimney taking you to the top of the mountain.
Oh yeah, we freaking made it. The top of Granite Peak. Lucas is coming up. Yeah, it's smoky. That was a heck of a fun. A number of other groups. Gosh, it's kind of scary up here. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, I wish there was more of a view to show. We're looking at 13.63 miles. Ascended almost 7,000 feet. Oh, that was awesome. Distance 6,928 elevation gain. That's pretty cool.
Montana. Montana.
Waiting on this for a while now. Paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile it. Been holding it in for a while.
After you're done on the top of the peak, if you brought ropes, you can rappel down some of the more tricky parts. If you are down climbing, make sure you take it slow, as a fall could be very serious.
Sitting here, staring at Granite Peak, about to make it back up to, I don't know what it's called, Tempest Pass. This is the last few vertical feet of our climb, and it's downhill, down a massive plateau, down the switchbacks to hell, to Mystic Lake. Mystic Lake, there's a little bit of climb, and then we're out of here. I think we can do it. Just made it back from Granite Peak. Dang, that is a son of a gun. We've got a long hike out of here. There's a mountain goat right over there. Should go see what's up. Got rock walls for tents. There's two other parties kind of far behind us. We're gonna take this trip out now. That was that was something. All right, bye.
Once you've made it back to the plateau, it's a simple matter of backtracking the entire plateau and out to the trail. There are some very friendly mountain goats on the top of Froze to Death Plateau, and if they see you urinate, they'll actually come over and lick the salt off the rocks. Kind of a cool experiment.